Hello everyone. I'm going to be reading Good Vibes, Good Life by Vex King. It's a motivational, uplifting book and I hope you enjoy it. I checked it out a little bit, but I only read a few pages, but so far it's been really good. So I really want to share it with you all. Mom, I dedicate this book to you. Our life has been tough, but with your strength, faith, and perseverance, you've made incredible things happen for us. Regardless of everything that came your way and all the times I've let you down, you've shown me nothing but unconditional love. It was this love that led to the sacrifices that you made. It was this love that kept me smiling. You hugged, you forgave, you laughed, you inspired, you encouraged, you healed, and you did everything else in your power to demonstrate that with love, anything was possible. Which is why I'm here today, passing on my love to others through my words. And Dad, of course, my existence would not be possible without you. Although I never got to know you properly, I've always felt your energy guiding me when I needed it most. I know how much I meant to you when I was born. I hope you're proud of me. Finally, I'd like to dedicate this book to anyone with a dream, whether that's a dream just to survive or to make it through a dark day. It was my dream to write a book that will positively change lives across the world. If I can make it happen, so can you. I believe in you. I hope you do too. Introduction. For 3 years of my childhood, I had no fixed home. My family and I lived with relatives for short periods of time, and for short periods during this time, in a housing shelter. I was grateful that we had a roof over our heads. But I remember how frightening the housing shelter experience was. There were always unpleasant-looking characters lurking around the entrance who would throw us piercing stares when we entered the building. Being a 4-year-old child, I felt scared. But my mother reassured me that things would be okay. She said that we should just look down and go straight to our room. One night, we popped out. And when we returned, there was blood all over the staircase and on the walls in the corridor. Fragments of glass covered the floor. My sisters and I had never seen anything so horrific before. We looked up at our mom. I sensed fear in her, but again, with courage, she told us to tread carefully over the glass and get up to our room. Still shaken by what we'd seen, my sisters and I tried to work out what may have happened downstairs in the corridor of the shelter. Then we heard screams and shouting, followed by sounds of chaos. It was terrifying. Once more, we looked to Mom for comfort. She pulled us in close and told us not to worry. But I could never hear her heart pounding. But I could hear her heart pounding. She was just as scared. We had very little sleep that night. The screams went on and on. I was surprised that no police came and that no one else seemed to be trying to calm the storm. It was as though no one cared about the safety of the people there. It felt like no one cared about us. All we had was each other. In a world that seemed cold and corrupt, when I discuss childhood memories like this one with my friends and family, they're shocked by how much I can remember. I often find them asking, "How do you even remember that? You were so young." I don't remember everything, nor are my memories crystallized in clear detail. However, I do remember how I felt during the majority of my experiences, good and bad. There was so much emotion attached to the events that took place, and these memories haunted me for a very long time. During my late teens, I wished a lot of these memories would just go away. I wanted to erase them so that I was no longer reminded of the struggles I faced as a child. I was even embarrassed by some of them. I felt uncomfortable with who I was. There were times when I said and did things that didn't match the child I was deep down. I often felt hurt by the world and wanted to hurt it back. Things are different now. I look back on my memories and embrace everything that happened. There's a lesson to be learned from every event. I realize that the good, the bad, and the downright ugly events are all a part of who I've become. Although some of them may have been painful, they're a blessing. They've taught me so much. My experiences have left me with a drive to find a way out of misery and a path towards a better life. I've written this book to share the lessons I've learned, in the hope that they'll provide you with some clarity and guidance to live what I call a greater life. It's up to you what you take from my stories. I accept that some ideas will resonate while others will feel uncomfortable. Nevertheless, I do believe that if you can apply the concepts I discuss within the course of this book, you'll experience incredible positive change in your life. I'm not a philosopher, a psychologist, a scientist, or a religious leader. I'm simply someone who likes to learn and share my wisdom with others in the hope that it may release them from undesirable feelings and increase feelings of joy. I believe that every person on this planet is here to make a difference. I'm devoted to helping you find your purpose so you can add value to our world, which is in such turmoil. If we can collectively become conscious citizens of this planet, we'll lessen the burden we place on it. By living to your full potential, you'll not only change your world, you'll change the world around you, too. Some people are comfortable with mediocrity. They avoid living a greater life, one that's beyond what most consider the norm. A greater life requires you to find your greatness. In simple terms, greatness is about becoming the greatest version of yourself. It's about breaking the imaginary boundaries that hold you captive in a life you believe you have to settle for, and touching the realms of the unthinkable. The greatness mentality means living life without limits, where there are infinite possibilities. For this reason, we cannot define where greatness begins or ends. We can only strive to become better. Stop trying to impress people. Impress yourself. Stretch yourself. Test yourself. Be the best version of you that you can be. This book requires you to commit to a better you right now. My aim is to help you become better than the person you were yesterday, every day, in each and every way, for the rest of your life. If you wake up this morning with a desire in your mind and then consciously follow up on it, you'll be surprised by how much inspiration you find. Your life will begin to reflect your commitment to progress. Greatness isn't a one-dimensional term. Although it's subjective, most will associate the word with having special talent, lots of money, or material possessions, authority or status, and big achievements under their belt. But true greatness goes deeper than that. It cannot exist without purpose, love, selflessness, humility, appreciation, kindness, and of course, our highest priority as human beings, happiness. When I think of greatness, I think of reaching a level of mastery across all avenues of life and making a positive impact on the world. Great people aren't just the high rollers in life, but those who we value as amazing inhabitants of this world. You deserve a greater life, and this book will help you create it. Daily goal: be better than you were yesterday. Post pictures of your favorite images, pages, quotes, and experiences related to this book on social media using VexKing, #VexKing, so I can like them and feature them on my page. You get featured on VexKing's page. There you guys go. Can you guys see that?